Hello everyone. Hopefully we're going to do some live trading of SPY calls this morning. You see my SPY chart here in the background and my options chart here along with my active trader. I will tell you I'm watching my SPY chart on a different monitor on my regular computer, so uh, that's why I'm not really concerned about this. I wouldn't normally trade with this here, but we're watching the open here. You see a pivot point here. There's also another pivot point, or actually yesterday's close at 279.20 for resistance. And we have the 100 and 200 simple moving averages right about 279. So I'm looking to go in right about here. I'm going to jump in. I might have to chase these a little bit because I didn't get filled. Okay, I have my order in for 121. And I just got filled. I'm in at 116 actually. And that's the funny thing sometimes about the paper trade account is sometimes it will fill you at a little bit different price than what's actually showing. Just one of those things you kind of have to accept. Um, I have heard that E-Trade has just started a beta version of their paper trading account. I don't know much about it other than only select few users have access to it from what I understand. Um, and also it's in a beta version and they said expect some issues for now till they get it all ironed out. But if you're an E-Trade user, you could try contacting E-Trade and ask them about it and see what you can find out. Maybe they can hook you up. You see, I entered 4 contracts at $1.16. In the options world, that's $116 per contract because it controls 100 shares. So I'm in for about $460, $464, which is my typical entry. I might add one or two more if we get down close to that 278.80 level for the next pivot. And I don't normally enter this early. I usually kind of wait for the dust to settle. Um, but I kind of think we're going to shoot up to that 279.20 pretty quickly, and then pre-market highs at 279.30. So I'll be looking to unload two of these around the 279.20 mark. Depending on volume and momentum, if we hit that 279.20 pretty quickly with momentum, I might hold on to the 279.30 before I sell two of them, and then we'll go from there. If it busts through that 279.30, I'll hold on a little bit longer. If it starts to lose some momentum there, I might sell the third contract. And my fourth and last contract would be at my break-even point, or it'll be the next higher resistance, which I'd have to zoom out to see. It'd be up around the 279.60 area. So that'd be what I'd be looking for. Wouldn't necessarily hold till 279.60. If we get up around 279.40s, maybe, and I start seeing momentum, we lose momentum and start seeing some smaller body candles, I might go ahead and get out then. So it's not always about support and resistance. It's about, you have to read the price action, read the candlesticks. Support and resistance are very important, but you have to kind of use that in conjunction with everything else you have on your chart. And that's something you get with experience. You're not going to be able to pick that up. You pick up one thing at a time. You learn candlesticks, you learn support and resistance. Then you might learn, start viewing price action on the candles. And I'm going to add one right here. Oops, I don't want to add 4. Add one about the 112 mark. See if I can get filled on it. Okay, I got filled. So my average now is 115, and I have 5 contracts. So I'm in for about $575, or 595. I don't know. So hopefully we hold this pivot. This pivot here will be my stop. If we start getting too far below that, I'm going to stop out and I'll sell all 5. In fact, let me bump this back up to 5 just in case I have to stop out. I'll just hit the sell market. And you don't always want to use market orders, but on SPY you're usually pretty safe to use them. If we lose that pivot point, we're probably going to come down to at least the 279.65 area. See, we're struggling with it a little bit right now. Let's see if we hold it. And like I said before, you can't be afraid to stop out. If you're afraid to stop out, you're going to have a hard time making money. I have to watch my time because 15 minutes seems to be about the limit for these videos. I don't know. I've seen people have longer videos on YouTube, but for some reason about 16 minutes is about the longest I can go. If I try to go any longer, they tell me it's too long. So if I have to, I'll stop this video and restart and just have 2 segments up today, or 3, whatever it takes. So we're still playing around near that pivot point. And I've said before, you want to wait till the close of a candle, but there's also a pain threshold. This candle might, it might drop to 278 even before it closes, and I'm not willing to wait that long. There's a certain threshold where you don't wait for a candle to close, and you have to know what that is. Mine, I don't know. I'd say when I get down to about probably 95 cents or so on these contracts, 95 to $1, that'd be my pain threshold to get out. You see it's coming back up. I'm close to, getting pretty close to back to even. Because I added that 1 down low, I'm at 115 now. And the ask right now is at 112. The bid's what you want to watch for, because if you hit sell market, it's going to be at the bid price. So I could get out at 110 right now. And with 5 contracts, it'd be a $25 loss. But if we hover around this area, we're gonna have, okay, we're going back up now. If it would have stayed around that area, we would have had what's called a spinning top or a high wave candle. It's an indecision candle, which could indicate a reversal back to the upside. If we close near there, then there's probably a little bit better than 50% chance that we would bounce back up. But we're going back down and testing that pivot point again, so let's see what happens. And obviously I didn't get the best entry, but it was looking like we were going to shoot up there pretty quick, which we did. We shot up there right out of the gate, and then it kind of fell back. So we're back, moving back up here. Next candle is going to form in about a minute, and right now I could get out almost even, and right there I could get out even. Like I said, I'm looking to sell. Now I have 5 contracts. I'd be looking to sell 3 of them at the 279.20 area. So I need to break above today's close, or today's open. We're on the next candle now. like the way that that last 5 minute candle opened or closed. Little bit longer tail than wick. We bounced off and held that pivot point. Now we just need to break above today's open and the two simple moving average lines. And there's quite a bit of resistance right there. But you got to remember, when I entered, we were actually a little bit above that. So we didn't, I entered and we lost that, but my stop was, down below that pivot point at 278.76. And I gotta remember, you guys can see this. I'm looking at another screen connected to a different computer. But I have this up so you can follow along what I'm looking at. And I don't have the Bollinger Bands up on my other screen, so I don't really see what they're doing, or don't really pay much attention to what they're doing. I just got an alert that we got a bullish engulfing candle on Apple, which is usually good for SPY. Apple and SPY oftentimes trade kind of hand in hand. And a bullish engulfing candle on Apple usually bodes well for SPY. Although I will say that lately they haven't traded quite as side by side as they usually do. Just because Apple's just been really struggling lately, for various reasons. But that's another story. So we need to get a little bit more push here, a little bit more volume, close above these two simple averages. And I'm looking at, you can see it here a little bit, the slow stochastics are starting to curl up and crossing. So that's a good sign. And I also, on my other screen, I have a 3-minute and a 10-minute SPY chart up. And the stochastics are all curling up on those two. So we're looking good there. And we're getting pretty close to that, pretty close to yesterday's close, which is 279.20. And I'll be looking to sell 3 of the contracts there. And that'll be roughly at about $1.25. And that'll be, from $1.15 entry, that'll be, I sell 3 of them, that'll be $30 profit, and hold the other 2 to see what happens. I don't know why. Oh, I don't have yesterday's close on this chart, but yesterday's close is 279.20. I do have a price level line on my other chart right here for 279.20, which was yesterday's close. Let me go ahead and put a line there just so you can see. Alright, let me put that options chart back up. And you don't really want to walk away or take your eyes off of the screen too much when you're playing SPY. I'm actually playing Monday's expiration, March 4th, 279 calls. They move fairly quickly, so you walk away to tie your dog out, you walk away for bathroom break, get a drink, whatever. It can go against you pretty quickly, so I don't recommend, when you're playing that close of expirations, I wouldn't take your eyes off the screen too much. I'm going to stop this video and I'll restart it in a second here.